All right, so I want to tell you about my life as a college or university professor and really going through the average day of what it's like for me. And maybe that I think it's pretty similar to what most people do as a professor. So, if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Maslach. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship. I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor forward to help you out as much as I possibly can. So here's my schedule, and it doesn't change. It has not changed that much from the very beginning of when I started graduate school to now. It's maybe a little bit more, it's shifted slightly earlier by, maybe it's a half an hour, but in general, it hasn't changed that much. And the reason is because I have got kids. So here's my schedule. I'll wake up at 5:30. I'll do some sort of jogging or biking or walking, some sort of exercise for about 45 minutes. I'll get back at 6:30. I'll get the kids ready for school and take them into school. So at about 8:15, what I'll do is do about 30 minutes or so on the reciprocity project. So that is different than some people. Maybe some people will read the newspaper or whatever as a college professor, but I'll do about 30 minutes of content creation of some sort. So, talking to you right now, it's about that time right now, or wherever. And the reason is I made a commitment to this. I think this is super important that people have somebody, an outlet that's walking them through graduate school and doing research and all those kind of things and making people feel like they're normal. But not only like in that particular area, but just in normal in life in general, and making them sort of realize that, hey, you know what, I'm not so bad after all. And I think that's super important. So at 8 or 9 a.m., that's when I actually get to go to work and start working, right? So however might happen, it might take me 10 minutes to get to work or whatever. And then I'll start working. And what I'll do is I'll work so I'll answer emails generally for a half an hour or so until, probably no more than 10 o'clock. If it starts getting longer than that, I get antsy and I just want to start doing research. And so then at 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm actually starting to write, analyze data, and reading, and that depends on the day. So if it's at a stage where I am actually doing research, I might be doing a lot of writing, or when I'm actually doing reading, it's kind of like a reading and writing session, or analyzing data, which I actually don't do nearly as much as I used to. I used to focus a lot on that, but I've shifted because I've learned to how to become a little bit more productive and not focus on data analysis and data crunching and stuff. So, because it's very time consuming to do the data stuff. So focusing on the theory is super important, and writing is super important. I'll just keep writing actually until 2:30 or so, any of those things. And then what I'll do, or maybe 1:30 even, what I'll do is I'll do a walk right, or maybe a short jog for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And just kind of refresh. Right now, I've got like a bit of a hip injury, so I'm doing like a walk right session. So I'll bring my laptop and I'll walk around for about an hour, and walk for 5 minutes, take a break, sit down, write a little bit, and it kind of gives me a little bit more of a perspective. Makes me feel a lot more refreshed by doing that, because I am going, I'm stuck there in my office, focused on doing writing and reading. And I try to push away all of the other distractions, so that moment where I have a little bit of distraction actually feels good. And then I will get back to my office and actually just keep doing more writing, reading, and arithmetic, right? More research. That's it. And then about 5 o'clock, I have to stop because I got to go pick up my kids, or that there's something going on at home. It almost always happens, so I can't work past 5 o'clock. So for me, my kids are doing swimming right now. That's what our thing is. And so I'll go swim with them. I'll try to make it sort of part of what I'm doing. And so there I've got like an hour and a half of exercise every day by doing this. If you don't do that, your body's going to fall apart and you're going to be broken. I guarantee it. Every time that I stop doing anything like that, I'm broken, and it's actually worse off. I'm in a much worse position. I'll injure my back or whatever. So I have to make sure I do that exercise. It's super critically important. And then we'll get home at about 7 o'clock, and we'll make dinner. And it's definitely the mad rush when we're trying to make dinner. And then at about 8:30, we'll do homework, and sit down with the kids and do homework and sort of get kids to bed and all those kind of things. And then for us, for our family, because we get up so early, we do lights out basically at like 9:10, 9:15 to 9:30. And hopefully I'm sleeping by the time it's like 9:45. So that is the average day. That's really what it is. If I stay up later, it turns into I'm a giant wreck. And I don't do research at night because of that. I've learned that my mind races, and it's really hard for it to slow down. And so I'll be up until 2 o'clock with a racing mind. So if I work until 9:30 at night, my mind will be racing for 4 hours after that. I need that sort of decompression time so that I can go to bed and get up and do this all over again. And it's super important for me to do this. That's just part of who I am. And I think that's not unusual. So this gives you kind of an idea of what the average day is like for a professor. It is pretty ordinary, but the focus of what you're trying to do is that reading and writing and arithmetic. And that does not change every day. That part of it is pretty monotonous. You might study different things, but that's really critical for doing it. So with that, hopefully you like this. Give me a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.